Okay, so you made it to the end, day number 7, and I'm really hoping that these videos have given you a whole lot of important information. I know they actually have, not hope, I know they have, but it comes down to how you apply everything moving forwards. And like I said in a previous video, it's a full-time job to manage everything, but you have to build a habit or build multiple habits at a time, so all this becomes second nature. I've spent years of, like I said at the start, making mistakes and learning from my mistakes, and then implementing new habits that have become second nature over a period of time. And I've been patient with it. Always been patient. I've still got plenty to achieve moving forwards. But where I am now, I'm very happy because I've spent a whole lot of time learning and implementing as well. So today's video is just more of a wrap up, but giving you a few more bits of extra information to focus on. So today's video is all about, the key things to consider on your journey, okay? So I'm going to talk about one of the more important ones that 90% of my clients, when they start off with me, they don't want to do it. And you probably don't want to do it as well. When I say this to you, you'll be like, oh God. And it's taking photos. It's setting yourself up for success through taking photos, through starting off with the scale weight and managing that once a week as an example, or once every 2 weeks, or sometimes every day in some cases. It depends on how you can manage what you see at the start, because I know initially you don't want to take the photos because you don't like how you look, and this is why you're here, right? You want to change how you look. But I guarantee every client that you'll thank me for taking photos when you start off, because you won't see the changes that you think are actually happening until you put the photos and compare side by side. Because you might think you've been putting all this work in for, let's say, 8, 10, 12 weeks, and you feel that you are in the same position as when you started, but you can't compare because you've not got any photos to put side by side. And you might have friends, work colleagues, family saying, I'm seeing the changes in you, you look amazing. And those compliments are really good, but you can't see it in yourself. And if you put those photos side by side, you're going to see the changes, especially if you apply everything I've said to you in this series of videos. You'll be making huge changes with your body, guaranteed. Okay, you've just got to be consistent with it. But you can do all the work and not see the changes, and you'll always still have more of a negative downbeat perception of yourself. But the moment my clients see those changes, or those first sets of progress photos, or however long it takes, I can tell when they're like, wow, I'm glad I did that in the first place. No one has ever said to me at this stage, 5 years of me being a PT, they've never been unhappy with me showing that progress photo comparison, okay? And I stress it to you, you'll thank me with it. So take photos from the start and make sure they're consistent with the lighting, the background, the clothing. Everything is the same, so there's no kind of distinguishing too much discrepancy is the right word with the comparisons as well, okay? And it's not just photos. Photos are very important, but like we say, the scale weight, circumference measurements, get a tape measure, invest in one. You can get one for cheap, Poundland, Amazon, wherever, Wilkinson's, wherever. And do your chest, do your waist, do your hips, do your arms, do your quads or your thighs, and do your calves. And just see how all those changes come together, because 1 week, these, 2 of the variables, whether your photos or your scale weight, might not be going in the right direction, but you might have dropped some centimeters off your waist or your hips, depending on what your goals are. And that, the more data you have, the more of a clearer picture you can actually put together of how your body is actually changing. So you might consider your scale weight has gone up, and you might consider that a bad week, even though you've put all the work in, but you might have dropped 2 or 3 centimeters off your hips or waist. So is it really a bad week? Like I said, the more data you have, the more you'll be happy with the progress you're making. The happier you'll be with the progress that you're actually making, that you didn't really know you were making in the first place. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on that bit there and say also, it's still about consuming quality whole foods every time. You can still have that little bit of balance if you want that flexible approach, but if you want to be super efficient, have the set meals as well. The set meals of the efficient foods that contain fats, carbs, and protein to a good degree in there. Make sure you're following all those winning variables. And, if you need to as well, supplementation is something that actually can work well for you. So I don't throw supplements at people all the time. I work for one of the best leading supplement companies in Europe at the minute, in Olymp Sport Nutrition at the time of recording this. I'm probably sure I'm still going to be working with them, even if it's a year down the line. I'd love to be, because I've been to their laboratories in Poland. They flew me out there, and I've seen the quality of everything that they put into their supplements, because they are scientists there. They're all high-end laboratory members of staff, and they are doing work with their supplements over there. And it's not just Olymp, it could be a lot of other brands, but there's a lot of other brands out there who are awful. And I'm not going to say the ones that I know, but it's important that you work with the brand who are very close to pharmaceuticals, like Olymp are. I've been taking their stuff from way before I've been sponsored. Since I was a kid, I think about 17, I actually took one of the first products from them, but I'm not going to waffle too much. All you need to kind of look at, yes, your protein, carbs and fats, but in terms of vitamins, you can potentially look at creatine, which is one of the most researched supplements out there, which is going to help with your performance and the muscle tissue that you accumulate as well. I'm not going to say too much else on that. Make sure you get your multivitamins in as well, on top of consuming your fruit and vegetables. You know, it's more important if you aren't consuming fruit and vegetables to have supplements to kind of support, but it's still good to have your A to Zs. It's good to have vitamin D. It's good to have magnesium, which can help with sleep. It's good to have fish oils, which are going to help with like bone health. Get your omega-3s and omega-6s. It's good to have glutamine, which is one of the amino acids, which is really important for gut health and digestion, as well as muscle building properties as well. So if you have any questions about supplements, feel free to fire me a message, and I'll recommend some that may work best for you, okay? There's a whole host of other supplements out there which are garbage that I don't take, that they just don't work at all. There's no point, it's a waste of money. But some of these are the more essential ones to kind of go for as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave you on that. If you do need extra support, which I'm going to be confident in terms of myself, I'm going to back myself, because I can look around my gym and there's beginners, there's intermediates, there's experienced lifters, and I know I can help every single person move to the next level, online and in the gym, because I've got the experience, I've got the know-how to move you forwards efficiently as well. So if you need the accountability, which I know a lot of people do, feel free to look at my service, like my Member Hub subscription service, which is monthly, which you get a lot more support from me on that. And you get the access to the Team KG Facebook community, or look at my personal training and online coaching transformation programs as well. So drop me a message if you're serious about moving forwards. I'll do all the hard work, so all you need to do is just implement what I tell you to do. You'll get that transformation guaranteed as well. And I'm just going to say that for today. So I hope you enjoyed these 7 days of some really good high level information, and I will speak to you soon. Drop me a message, let me know, and share it to your social media if you found this useful, and show me your results that you've got from this as well. Take care.